And we are live. Good afternoon, everybody. It's fun to be coming to you from Dallas, Texas area. My name is Roger Morgan. I'm the founder and CEO of Pawtree, and I have a very special guest on with me today, Brooke Sloat, our Director of Product Development. And we're going to get an opportunity to hear from her and get some education and really learn a little bit about allergies and itching, which is something I know all of us with pets pretty much deal with at one point or another with our pets. So before I introduce Brooke, let me just spend just a moment and for those of you who are not familiar with Pawtree, and tell you why I started Pawtree and what we do. I started Pawtree about a little over we launched a little over 6 years ago, and it's been a wonderful journey ever since, where we have a wonderful vision to create a world filled with unconditional love where pets and their people thrive. And that is what we focus on every single day. We've been doing it for over 6 years, building this incredible foundation. And it's something that I personally feel very strongly about. And we do that through the wonderful products that we have, the wonderful community that we have, and impacting pets' lives in such a positive way through these incredible solutions, nutrition, better health, better education, better awareness, and then building community with people who care about their pets and join our cause and join our mission. And so we're delighted to have you join us. We're delighted to have you hang out with us here. We're calling this the Lunch and Learn episode. So grab your lunch. We'll provide the learning. There's some wonderful tips and wonderful tools, I think, that we can all benefit. The objective today is to help all of us become just a little bit better and stronger pet parents by learning some information that I think will really help us as we try to help our pets and go through some of the challenges they have with some of the causes that drive itching and allergies and so forth. And we're coming up on allergy season, so it's really good timing to be empowered with information and knowledge that we're going to hear today from Brooke Sloat. So without further ado, let me introduce Brooke. Brooke and I have worked together since the very beginning. Brooke is instrumental in every product that we have launched. And through that, she doesn't just know about our products. Today, she's going to really be talking about the issues around allergies, not so much about our products, although she will share some solutions with you. But, she is the one who is on the front lines working with all of our veterinarians on our Veterinarian Advisory Council. She works with our PhD in animal science and pet nutrition. She works with formulators, with manufacturers, with R&D. She is on the front lines and really captures all of that information in a way that is looking out for the pets in our families' lives. And with that, let me introduce to you Brooke Sloat. And Brooke, I'd love to get the thing started with a question for you, which is, we all have, all of us who have pets have dealt with this, the itching and things that we might call allergies. We might use that word correctly. We might use that word incorrectly, but we often will observe our pets itching or demonstrating behaviors that feel like allergies. Can you start by just sharing with us what are the different types of allergies out there that we should be aware of for our pets? How would we identify those and think about the different ways that our pets get discomfort through itching and allergies?
That's a great question, Roger. And we get lots of calls about allergies at the home office. So there are three basic types of allergies. There are food allergies. They could be intolerances, as well, or hypersensitivities, but a lot of people just refer to itching as allergies. So there's food allergies. There are seasonal allergies or atopic dermatitis, and there are allergies to fleas. So I think at this point, we'll go ahead and just kind of take you through each one individually to understand what you're going to see. Okay, so food allergies. Let's just start with that one because a lot of people think their pets are allergic to food. And A true allergy is actually less common than most pet parents actually believe. Experts estimate that basically 1% of all dogs and maybe half that amount, so 0.5% of cats are actually allergic to an item in food. And what you're going to see is just generalized itching all over their bodies. They may have a hypersensitivity or they may be allergic to a particular ingredient. Some of those ingredients might be dairy products, corn, wheat, and soy. You can test for food allergies, but those tests are expensive and they're really not very reliable. And it's really difficult to determine what that pet is allergic to. If your doctor believes that they may have a food allergy, your vet may put them on a prescription diet. They may offer some shots. But basically, a food allergy is probably something that is most probably not happening, not the thing. So the next type of allergy would be seasonal allergies. And these are allergies that are something that your pet may be allergic to in their environment. So it might be something that they breathe in. So it could be pollen or it could be dust. It could be something that, exposure through their skin. So something they may step on, like grasses and weeds that are outside. With seasonal allergies, about 10 to 15% of all pets have seasonal allergies. And what you'll see with those allergies is excessive itching and scratching. They're going to be licking and chewing at their paws. They're going to rub their faces against furniture or on the carpet. They're biting their fur, especially their tummy, their groin, their armpit areas. Okay, so there's a lot of licking and chewing, and they may have these raw red spots, which are known as hot spots. Okay. And a lot of times those hot spots, they're raw. There's actually no hair there or fur there any longer. So with seasonal allergies, you can test for those. Those tests are quite accurate. And you can give allergy shots, but those are quite expensive and they're painful. And they go on for a very long period of time. And you can even give steroid shots, but those are not really good to give over time. So that will introduce you to seasonal allergies. Now we'll talk about the last one, and those are those fun critters, fleas. Yeah, I know. Experts estimate about 40% of our pets actually have flea allergies. And what you may see is actual fleas on your pet, jumping around on your pet. You'll see in their ears, their neck, their armpits, their groin area, and the base of their tail. But you may not actually see the fleas. What you may see are what we term flea dirt, and that is black specks that look like pepper sprinkled, somewhere on their body. And what that actually is, that pepper is actually flea excrement. Yes, it is flea waste that is on your pet. So what's happening is the sensitivity for your pet is really the flea saliva that was injected into their skin when the flea bit them. The flea may be long gone, but that itching is still there because they have that sensitivity to the saliva. Now, I want you guys to know, because I talk to many pet parents, that there is a stigma with having fleas. And I have a saying at Paw Tree: fleas happen. They happen to everybody. You're not a bad pet parent. You don't have a dirty home. Fleas are just around. They're all over. And if they're not killed by a cold winter, they're just rampant the next spring. So those are the three types of allergies that we might see.
Okay, so let me see if I can summarize for everybody. And there is a question that I think you've answered, but I'll point it out as well, just to make sure. So it sounds like when it comes to allergies, there's an kind of itching. When you think about why a pet is itching, it's probably one of three things. One would be food allergies, which it sounds like are very rare, although sometimes we jump to that conclusion and we assume it might be a food allergy. Could be an insensitivity to an ingredient or something, which some people think is the same thing. And maybe the behavior, the itching is the same for either of those, but there could be food allergies. The second is a seasonal allergy, and it sounds like that's much more common and causes some of those the same behaviors of itching, biting paws, licking, fur, things like that. And then the third is fleas, which is definitely more of an occasion, right? Like they actually get fleas, and you have to address that. But that's either going to happen or not happen. It's not something prone to the particular pet. If they have them, you need to treat them. And if they don't have them, they won't have any symptoms. So is that right? Those are pretty much the three primary reasons that a pet would be itching.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a couple questions here, and I know you're going to get to some solutions to help people know what they can do about these various cycles of itching when they do have them. But let me go to a question here by Ariel. She said, "My dog chews his paw. Is that an allergy?"
It could be an allergy. So the first thing I'd want to know is this all the time? Is this all year round? Does it start at a certain time during the year? Is this the only place that your pet itches, scratches, etc.? Okay. Because the other thing it could be, depending on the age of your pet, it could be honestly like a child sucking its thumb. It just could be a habit. And so I've seen that personally on my own pets. So I'm just using them, as an example, but I have seen that where they do kind of things like that, that mean absolutely nothing. It's just a habit that they have since they were born.
Okay, wonderful. So it's good information. I've got a few other questions here. Let's see. And in fact, some are getting to solutions. So why don't we give you a minute, Brooke, to talk about what are the solutions? What is it that, if somebody has one of these three situations happening in their own pet household, what can they do to address them? And I'm going to keep watching the comments and the questions here. We'll put a few more up in a minute.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to start with, quite honestly, is what to do with fleas, okay? Because that's just a thing in and of itself, right? So the number one thing you want to do is bathe your pet thoroughly and treat them with, a natural flea and tick. We would do a natural flea and tick product like our natural flea and tick spray, which also kills and repels mosquitoes. But number one, bathe them, kill those fleas, get everything off their body. The next thing you'll want to do is clean your home. So you'll want to wash your pet's bed, wash their blankets, wash their toys, vacuum carpets, upholstery, cushions, rugs. It's a thing, but you need to get those fleas out of there as quickly as possible. And when you do those things and you vacuum, you want to make sure that you empty your vacuum bag immediately into the garbage so bugs won't escape, right? You want to get rid of those, get them out of the house. Mop your floors. Clean everywhere your pet has been, inside the house and outside the house. And then you'll want to treat your home and your pets with a flea and tick product. And again, we recommend, of course, our flea and tick spray because it's a natural product that, can you see that? Okay. It's a natural product. Yeah. There I go. Okay. And because what you want to do is you just want to stop the flea cycle, within your home and on your pets and keep them away. So that's what you would do with fleas.
I'm going to here's, Leanne, who's mentioned here that her dogs have not had any flea issues since using the flea and tick spray. One thing that I will also comment here that I know has been a real source of benefit in our household using the flea and tick spray is that the fleas are infestations, and they as Brooke talked about, they aren't just in one place on a pet's body, so they end up on the beds, on the blankets, and other places. And so the nice thing about the spray that Brooke just shared is you can actually spray it on the bed or on the blanket or on the pillows or on fabrics and on the pet, and it's safe to use but also effective. And so some things will kill the fleas on the pet, but then fleas are still kind of running rampant in other places of the house. So it is really important to one way or another take care of the fleas in all the places they are. Otherwise, you kill them on the pet, and then the pet goes back into that pet bed and gets them on again, and it's very difficult to get that cycle stopped.
right. That's an excellent point, Roger. Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's the solution for itching around fleas. How about some of the solutions on either the other two issues that you talked about, either seasonal allergies or food allergies?
Okay, so as I said, I get lots of phone calls about this, and I talk to pet parents a lot. So what I always say is what you want to do is you want to stop that itch scratch cycle. The more they scratch, the more they're going to itch, and the more they scratch, they may cause themselves, they might break the skin and cause damage. So you want to stop that. One way to do that is to use our Skin Support Plus spray. And what I recommend here is you can spray this directly on your pet. But as I mentioned, if they have those hot spots, that's kind of a raw area. So you kind of may not want to spray that directly. You may want to spray it on your hand and then rub it on your pet. That's another way to get this on them. But the Skin Support will soothe their skin. It'll just make them feel a lot better, soothe their skin, and stop that scratching, which is the number one thing you want to do. The next thing I always say is you want to try our Wild Alaskan Salmon Oil. Now, we also have our salmon oil drops, and that's fine as well, but this will do the trick much faster because it has a 13-to-1 ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s. So it's very important to use this stuff. And this is basically going to help them from the inside out. It's going to soothe their skin. It's going to stop that itch. You will see this work pretty immediately, within a few days to at most a couple of weeks, but basically you will see this work right away. If you, then what I recommend is you use our Allergy Support Plus. These are chews, and these are absolutely amazing. It's an herbal formula that's natural, and basically, again, it works from the inside out, but it's got to build up in their system. Now, I have heard things where this works immediately, and I know that, we basically say it could take up to 4 weeks, but to be honest with you, it probably will take less time than that. This stuff, I have a dog, Maggie, who is allergic to 21 things, seasonal allergies. I give her shots. I've been doing this for months to help stop that, or to help that. But this Allergy Support, the second I forget to give it to her, she'll be scratching on the bed as I'm trying to go to sleep. I get up, give it to her, boom, scratch is gone. Okay. And then in addition, if your pets are scratching their ears, or if their ears are raw and greasy, etc., we recommend the ear wash and the ear dry, and basically just cleaning their ears and getting all that inflammation, etc., down in their ears, and that's what the ear wash, ear dry will do. So you want to stop the itch scratch cycle. Make sense?
Wonderful. These are fabulous tips. We appreciate it. This is a topic that I know. Again, it's a very common. It's one of the most common issues that pet parents deal with, and that's why we wanted to take a little time to just kind of do a lunch and learn and share. What are the ways that pets suffer from itching and allergies? Because there are different ways, and then there are different solutions based on what it is that's driving the itching. So we've talked about solutions for the fleas. We've talked about solutions for the seasonal allergies, the occasional allergies. How about food? When somebody feels that they have a food allergy, what are the what do we recommend as solutions for that?
Truly, it's the same as if you have, the only thing different is for fleas. It's the same thing, with the Wild Alaskan Salmon Oil and the Allergy, Support, etc. The thing about food, quite honestly, is if there is an ingredient, when you put them on a more premium food, a lot of times that goes away. So we found that a lot when people call in, I'll ask what they're feeding, and if it's not poultry, I'll recommend, hey, just try it. And that actually does the trick. A lot of times food will really do the trick, but you just have to help them get over this whole itch scratch thing.
Wonderful. Excellent. These are great insights, Brooke, that I think really can help us be better pet parents, just be empowered. I think a lot of times when we see our poor pets itching and scratching and suffering, we don't know quite what to do. Sometimes we, take them to the vet, which maybe you could speak to that. I mean, sometimes they may need to go to the vet. Many times it's one of these issues that's causing the itching and scratching, and a vet doesn't necessarily help that. And these solutions that you've provided that are all natural and can be done in the comfort of your own home can help that. But when is an appropriate time to take your pet to the vet, or when they see itching and scratching?
Okay, so the basic gist is, when your pet itches, let's just talk about, dogs. When your dog itches, just don't think, well, he's a dog and that's what dogs do. Because when they're itching, they're telling you something. It may not be an allergy, it may not be that severe, but you kind of got the gist from today what could be happening. But pets can also itch for other reasons, and that's when you would want to consult your vet. There could be a drug interaction, there could be a bacterial or fungal infection, there could be an underlying disease going on. So, we can try some of these things and, very quickly, see if these things help. But if not, you may want to see your vet if the itching persists and these things don't help, because these things will help in a short period of time.
Wonderful. Yeah, it is nice. I'm going to pop up this note here from Jill, comforting for a pet parent to know that we're using good products for our pets that are safe and all natural, and solutions that really are things that we would use for our own selves or our own children. These are wonderful wonderful solutions to problems that really are painful as a pet parent. You hate to see your pet suffer, and I know some of us, it actually affects us more than just emotionally. I've heard from many a pet parent who has a pet that's suffering from itching or scratching or some type of allergy, who sleeps in their bed or near their bed, and it not only keeps the pet up all night, it keeps the pet parent up all night. And we know that has other implications to how the next day goes and the next week goes when we don't get our sleep. And so it really is. It's nice to. We really appreciate your insights and helping us to be a little bit more confident in understanding the variety of reasons that a pet might be itching, and then some of the solutions that are available that can help, help stop that itch scratch cycle. We have just a few minutes. I thought I'd pop up here on the banner some questions. If anybody has any questions for Brooke, this is a wonderful opportunity. If you've got any questions about itching, scratching, allergies, anything that would provide your pet relief and yourself relief in watching your pet, go through some of these challenges, please feel free to pop a question here, and we can ask Brooke, our expert, to provide the answer. She really has helped so many people, not just through the products that she's developed, but through the information that she has shared. She's a wealth of information, and it's just a real treat to be able to have her on this live today to help all of us to have a little more confidence in how we assess and address these various allergy or itching issues in our pets' lives. So we appreciate you being on, Brooke. Let's see. I'm seeing lots of great testimonials here, just in people who have used some of these products. I think this is an interesting one. Our allergy cheese are half the cost of some other products that are out there, and ours is all natural. Here's one from Taylor Gannon that her dog Tubby has the best natural regimen and is thriving with hip dysplasia with these solutions, these all natural solutions. Here's one, Alicia, beagles with the droopy ears. Exactly. Never had an ear infection because of the ear wash and dry. That's fantastic. I know I can.
Actually, if I can just make a quick comment, Alicia, the droopy ears, that's a big deal. Dogs that have ears that are covered, the moistness tends to stay in, and so in their ears. So it's really important to use ear wash, ear dry on those dogs and clean them somewhat regularly. And someone else made the comment about, being less expensive than some of the prescriptions out there. And that is absolutely true. I can say that, with our allergy products as well as with our Gastro Pro Plus, because we look at the products that are out there that your vets are prescribing for you. And trust me, a lot of the things that or most of the things that we do are more potent than the things that they'll prescribe. So that was a very good point that someone made. So thank you.
Wonderful. I can also tell you from personal experience on the Ear Wash and Dry, we just recently took our dogs in for their annual vet checkup. And one of our dogs, Bella, she has the long ears. She's a Cavalier King Charles, and just a delight. And but she had some kind of buildup happening in her ears that we hadn't noticed with the covered ears. And the vet, offered to do a treatment and some medication, and of course it was costly, but it also wasn't all natural. It was often those types of treatments might involve steroids or kinds of injections and discomfort that comes along with that. And having confidence in this product, I just said, I'll let's give it a week. Let me go home. I've got something, this Ear Wash and Dry at home, I'm going to try. And I did, and honestly, within 2 days, I just applied it in the morning, the evening, and it was literally 2 days. It had cleared up, and saved me a vet visit and a vet bill, but also provided her a natural solution, something that would be comfortable for her. We
want to definitely keep on hand. Ear Wash, Ear Dry is something you may not use every day, but having it on hand will save you that trip to the vet, and that Skin Support Plus is the same way.
Wonderful. So I think with that, I will just close this out. I haven't, if I've missed a comment, I apologize. I know there will be other viewers who come watch this later. Feel free to add your comments. We'll try to come back and revisit. If we see some comments here, we can answer it in the chat. But I will just add in my wrap up, thank you very much, Brooke, for taking your time to share wisdom with all of us as pet parents. I think it's great for us to be educated, informed. So when we do see these itches and scratching and allergies, type symptoms with our pets, we can be empowered to know what might be causing that and what are some of the options available to us to help our pets. And the last thing I'll mention is, any of the products that you heard Brooke talk about that are Patri products today, we always offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all of our products. And that's because we know that we know they work, and we have confidence that you will be happy with those solutions and that your pets will be happy. So if you are out there, struggling with any type of these pet allergy issues, and you heard something today that you think might be a help in terms of one of the products that we offer, I invite you to get with the person who brought you, invited you to this live. Go to their Patri website and try any of these products, and know that you can, with confidence, give them a try, because the best thing that's going to happen is you're going to change your pet's life, and probably yours in the process, and make your pet happier and more comfortable, and you as well. And the worst thing that's going to happen is you get all your money back. And that's something I can tell you as the founder of the company I feel strongly about, and we stand behind. We rarely have to offer that, but when we do, we absolutely do. We want people to be confident and happy that they can try any of our products and have a good experience with those. So with that, we'll wrap it up. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll likely be back to you with another Lunch and Learn at another time on a different topic. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining.
Bye.